What's going on, guys, and welcome back. This is a video I'm so happy to bring to you guys. It is a old faithful. It is actually the very first deck video I ever had on this channel. Was Cyber Orcust. We were the very first TCG legal Cyber Orcust deck profile on YouTube. Very first one was right here. Well, not here, it was at locals, but anyway, it was us. We weren't the first to do it, but we were first TCG legal video out there. A lot has happened since then. You know, it went from what was it, April of 2018 until January of 2019, or was it 19 to 2020 where the Harp got banned. But the deck was actually topped to YCS before Dark Neostorm even came out. And then we all know the history, the powerhouse, and what it became, and went on to top so many events, win a handful of events, take hit after hit after hit on the ban list. And it wasn't until Harp got banned that the deck finally fell off. It went from 2 monsters equals combo to let's get the scrap package in there and see what we can't do. I was pretty bored this weekend, so I was like, what can core dupe do, or core dupe extender? Like, if we just open up the envelope, rip off the band-aid, what can we do? 3-card combo. I want at least 5 disruption out of this. Like, if we can't make 5 disruption out of 3 cards, it is not worth it. Keep in mind, that does not mean that it's necessarily worth it, but Cyber Dragons are in a weird spot right now where they're not that great, so I think we can experiment and mess around because we really have nothing to lose. So I wanted to go and see what could combo Cyber Dragon do. I started out with the scrap package, dumping things like Stardust Synchron and Jet Synchron and Gizmek Orochi, and I started to go towards a completely different route, like Baron, Shen, more synchro focused. And then I slowly brought into the Nightmare package, and without Helka Fibrax, Naturia Beast is way too hard to make, so unfortunately I couldn't get Nat Beast back in here like we had in the past, but it was a lot of fun messing with it again, and got to the point where cut out all the extra stuff and just went Cyber Orcust. Obviously the scrap package is in there. You just saw like the combo, Wombo combo. You open core dupe extender, you're golden. You get to draw when you discard, so even your discards aren't truly negging you. It's just, it works so nice. We'll go through the list and kind of talk about it, and I do have a few combos that I'll show you guys and actually talk over them. We got 3 Cyber Dragon. We're playing dupe. You're gonna have the 3 core, 3 hertz, because you really want to open like core extender. That's one of the combos, just core extender. We'll show you guys. We'll show you what just scrap recycler does. We'll show you if you open multiple of these cards. We'll show you what happens if you open golem. But 3 hers, 1 Naxter, because being able to revive Nova, Infinity, Dingirsu, it's just too good. 2 Galaxy Soldier. Quick disclaimer, I don't think this deck is super viable right now, but if we get a new ban list, heaven forbid, if Harp comes back to 1, Konami, please, this deck will actually cook and we will be back in business. Updated deck on that, obviously. Maybe I'll get it pre-recorded, and if Harp drops, it'll just bam, ban list is out, Harp's to 1, boom, video out, ready to go, and we'll just do it. So maybe I'll get that up on YouTube and be ready to pull that trigger. But as long as like a Rise Heart is in the format, like as heavily as it is with Kashtira and Mind Hacker, it makes a heavy combo deck like this super hard to play. A new ban list, I think Mind Hacker will get banned, and hopefully there's a consistency hit to Kashtira. I say that as the Cyber Dragon player, not as the Kashtira player. But if they do another consistency hit, say a small consistency hit to Sprite, because the format's actually really good right now, but ban Mind Hacker, and the format's like 100 times better because you can't 5-zone lock, and just ripping apart the extra deck is insane, and the main deck as well. Then I think the deck gets a lot better, and like I said, if we get Harp to 1, it makes the deck infinitely better. But we got 2 Recycler because you really want to make sure you have access to 1 in the deck. If you open 1, it's not necessarily bad either, it's actually really good sometimes. The 1 Scrap Golem, this is the only brick in the deck. You might look at the deck and be like, how is that the only brick? Well, the combo discards naturally already before you use these cards anyway. You open this, it doesn't matter because you can access the other one, or you use the one you open, so that's okay to open. This is the true brick. Like I said, these 4, technically, these 4 don't matter because you're discarding multiple times in your combo. So like, If you open 2 of them, like Jet Synchron plus one of the others, you discard Jet for Griffin, or then Jet, you discard the other one to summon out Jet. Now your graveyard's all set up how you want it. You open 2 of these, Jet discards one, Griffin discards the other. If you opened 3 of these 4, yes, you bricked. Congratulations. That'll happen in any deck. But so these cards really aren't necessarily bad to brick, because like I said, you need discards and you're drawing to replace them anyway. Like Griffin, you open Nightmare, your Griffin discards it, you draw a card. So it's, you didn't even neg, you just set up your graveyard with what you want already, and then you drew a new card. So it's actually okay. 3 Cyber Emergency. We'll go through them quick. Sorry, getting ahead of ourselves. 1 Nightmare, 1 Symbol, 1 Wand, and 1 Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is so that Scrap Recycler equals combo, and you can go, oh well, Recycler, dump Nightmare, banish Nightmare, send Wand, banish Wand, summon Nightmare. That's Orcust, yes, but I don't want to do Crescendo Pass. I want to do Babble, Nightmare Griffin, 4 in hand, IP into Ding Send, Unicorn Spin, and have 3 Disruption off that 1 card. That to me is a little bit better. 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair Plant, 3 Machine Duplication, 1 Orchestrated Babble, 1 World Legacy Secession. If you open either one of these or this card, it does not matter. If you open this card, it does not matter. You open Overflow, you search out Repair Plant or Emergency. You open Secession, I mean, it's a free card you get, so it's 1 less card in hand, but guess what? That's a Monster Reborn. That's pretty good. It's an extender. That's pretty good. You open Babble, you go for Crescendo. You open Crescendo, you go for Babble. Now you have both cards instead of just one of them. You also have 10 open spots. You can play other things such as Instant Fusion for another level 5 target. You can play Instant Fusion for like Thousand Eyes or Millennium Eyes Restrict. You'd have to cut Fortress Dragon just as a way to protect against hand traps. Like, you got 10 open spots, and for right now I just threw in 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Dark Ruler, and the 1 Called by the Grave. So this is kind of, like I said, where we're at with it. These 10 cards can be absolutely anything. If you want 10 cards that stop a Rise Heart, go for it. That's what you can do. Extra deck, the 1 Fortress is like our flex spot. Riverstormer, Nova, Infinity, Dingirsu. Almirage also kind of a flex spot. This card's weird and could probably come out. It's kind of those brick hands that you use it. Yeah, there's not many hands where you go into Almirage, but it's just kind of there because sometimes you're gonna need it. Platinum Gadget combo, Scrap Wyvern, Galatea, IP, Lib, Unicorn, Griffin, Boral Sword for going second, and Borload Savage for when you open pretty good. This is just like a template, a first run at the deck. We're gonna do some testing. I might play in some Dragon Rider Rogue tournaments and run this just to see like how it does against like not cast tier on those top decks, to see how viable it can be. But yeah, come join Dragon Rider Games for a great online testing, and let's go and jump on into them other combos. So like I said, what can Scrap Recycler do? Well, you need the discard, which if you open, you start your turn, you open Recycler, you're going to have 5 total cards, so you'll have a discard for sure. And then also you want a spell or trap that you can set, because then you can destroy it to just help keep your bodies on board. And keep in mind, the combo also gets you to set a spell or trap back, so even if it's like Imperm or Overflow, you can set it, destroy it, and you're going to get it back anyway, so you don't even lose that card that you set at the end of the day. Recycler, send Jet effect. Now you're going to go into Scrap Wyvern, summon Recycler, pop Recycler effect, summon Golem, pop set card. That's why you want that other card. You'll see in a little while we actually can use Jet Synchron 2 as that extra card to pop if needed. But now we can go ahead, Scrap Golem, summon back Recycler. This one's important. You want to Recycler, send your Wand, because you can't Synchro into Lib without the World Legacy in your grave. And then you get Secession, go get your Golem, go get your Recycler, gonna dump that Nightmare. So all of this off Recycler, discard, and pop a card, which your opening hand, any spell or trap is gonna work. Any card in hand is going to work. So if you open Recycler, unless you open 5 monsters and none of them are special summonable, which in this deck odds are you're going to be able to special summon some if you're opening that many, you can go for Griffin here. Then you can banish, dump, banish, special summon. Then we're going to go ahead and make Galatea effect. Go ahead and grab our Babel. Then you can banish, summon, make a Dingirsu, attach that symbol skeleton, and then use your flip the Babel up, go into IP. So on your opponent's turn, you can banish symbol, summon out Dingirsu, summon it to one of these two zones because of the floodgate effect of Nightmare Griffin. Summon it to one of these two zones, send a card to the graveyard that your opponent controls. Then you can IP Masquerena using your Dingirsu and Masquerena into Nightmare Unicorn in one of these two zones. It will be co-linked, so you discard, spin a card back to the deck, draw a card, and then you have that for your second disruption. Third disruption being the floodgate effect, that they must be linked or they cannot activate their effects. So, and you also then you would also have your Nightmare Orcust Nightmare engraved too, that say if they special summon Unicorn, play Planet, and they try to boost the attack, you can banish to dump Wand again to give him another 800 attack, just to make sure they can't beat over your Nightmare Griffin. That is very important. This time we're going to go Core Extender, 3 other random cards. So you're going to go ahead, grab your Cyber Emergency. Ideally too, this would be better if one of your other random cards was settable, but I wanted to go through a few different circumstances where what if it is not? What if you don't have a spell or trap that you can set? Well, then you end slightly different because you can't get that free body on board. A lot of this is going to be the same as that first combo we saw, and repetitive. Going to dump the Jet Synchron. For those who don't know, before we get too far past it, Platinum Gadget cannot be used as link material the turn it's summoned. However, Riverstormer has the neat effect where you can destroy the Platinum Gadget to special summon itself back, giving you your 2 monsters. Like I said, Jet Synchron can come out, and this is going to be our free card that we use to pop from our Scrap Wyvern. So Wyvern effect, summon Recycler, pop Recycler, summon Golem, pop Jet, and then Golem would revive Recycler. And you guys just saw the last combo. You follow the same play lines, and that is how you do it. Then I wanted to do a hand where you open 2 of the bricks, like 2 of the cards that, oh, you can't open these, you're going to brick on them. Well, what if you do open them? I mean, this one we have Core, Soldier, Hers. If say you had just Soldier, Hers, or just Recycler, or Core plus Extender, that would all work too. This time we do happen to have Core 2 Extenders, which Core 2 Extenders is the same thing as dupe. Since we have the hand that we have, I wanted to go this play line first just to bait out any potential hand traps. Discard, summon, summon. Then we go Riverstormer, Riverstormer, go ahead, go grab for that Recycler. Because say they negated any of that, or they wait and they negate the Riverstormer, then you can normal core search Emergency or Repair Plant, either one. Emergency or Repair Plant, then search out your Naxxer. Naxxer can go ahead and say discard your World Wand, and then you can go into Lib, you can go into Secession, and you can bring back and try to play more, or you could discard your Nightmare and then go right for your Orcust combo. That way setting up like Babel, Dingirsu, and IP, so you'd still be able to get a couple sends off of it in the end. But since obviously our opponent's not disrupting us, we're going to go search out that Cybernetic Overflow, because when Overflow is popped, it actually pluses us even further, and then Nightmare Griffin just gets it back anyway, so you don't even lose it, which is just insane, and why this deck actually works. So summon, pop, then you can go ahead and search out your other card. If you didn't use Hers yet, this is a good way to get your Core back to hand. Emergency, you could grab Core or Hers, and then when you discard it. Add Core. Obviously here are other 2 cards we want to discard, so you're not going to do that. But we summon Golem back, bring back our Scrap Recycler, then we're just dumping other cards. You don't want to dump Symbol because you have to be able to use the Nightmare Engrave effect. So you banish, dump, banish, summon, and here we're actually going to be able to go into our Galatea. Then we can go grab Crescendo, say in this instance, banish Symbol, summon it back, and we opened 2 of our quote-unquote bricks, and we still end with the Floodgate effect of Nightmare Griffin, Warlord Savage Dragon, Galatea with the Orcust Crescendo, and Cybernetic Overflow for a pop 3. So Floodgate, negate, negate, pop 3, despite opening 2 bricks. And you also drew a card, so you kept that in hand. This time, this was the first hand I drew Scrap Golem in where I could at least play that wasn't like just completely dead. I think it was the second time I drew Golem, just like, okay, reset, 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 just trying to find a hand where I had Golem and could attempt to play to see what we could do. If you open Recycler with Golem though, it's just insane. But at the same time, if you get to really any way into your combo, it doesn't need to be Recycler. It can be like 2 level 5s to go search Recycler. However you get into your combo, or even like, you know, Nax or 2 bodies on board, or no, because you'd have to get your wand engraved. So yeah, anyway into your normal combo, because Jet gets it to the graveyard, then you can go ahead, summon Recycler, set any card just to be there. Your Scrap Wyvern then can bring back your Golem, pop the other card because you don't need to summon out of deck this time. Then you can go ahead, summon out the Recycler, go ahead, dump the wand, then we go into Lib. We open Secession in this hand too. Like I said, this was just first hand that was playable with Golem. So unfortunately we had Secession. Normally you would be able to go get Secession out of your deck and you would have that extra card in your hand. However, we're not playing normally, we're playing actually. So we have Golem, Recycler, and then you go set up your Nightmare Griffin. Then you can, in this instance, you know, we had Dupe, Secession, Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler probably would have been better to go for since none of them are going to be used on our opponent's turn, but we can use it on our turn if they build a board and we want to try to clap back at them. Then we can banish to go ahead and dump. Then we can go there. Since we have the bodies and we're able to, we're actually going to go for the IP play. I do prefer this one just because it's multiple disruption. Counter Trap is good, but multiple disruption is better. And you're going to be able to draw once again because you do have the discard. I mean, we have a hand trap, so maybe it's like, well, I have a hand trap, so I'm going to go Crescendo. Whereas if this was, say, Cyber Dragon, you go this route because Nightmare Unicorn's going to send it or discard it, and you draw a replacement card anyway. But these are a few of the combos. Let me know down below what you guys think. Go ahead, test it, try it, see what you can or cannot do, and let's make Cyber Orcust really good once again, guys. This was a lot of fun. It was nostalgic, and I am going to keep playing this just because, you know, sometimes you get bored and really just want to run with it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's back. Konami, Harp to 1. Just one hand. 1, please. 1 Harp. Engage is so much better. 1 Harp. Do it. Thanks for watching, guys.